Hey everyone, Casey here, filling in for Tim. I want to see if I can take this trade and make $7,000 with it. You may think I'm crazy, stay tuned to find out how. Hey guys. The analysis. Let's jump into the analysis. This is day trading. Everybody on the channel wants to know about day trading. How do you day trade? Well, here we go. I'm going to show you how to do this. Step 1, find the trend. This is the USD yen. Ever since here, August, it crossed this level, we're going up. Kind of a messy trend, but hey, it's still up. Okay, so we have that. Next, wait for pullback. We have a strong pullback into support. So step 1 is find a trend. Step 2, pullback. We have a pullback. You see that? What's it touching? Let me draw a line. 1, 2, 3. What else is touching? Okay. Also, 50-period moving average. So we have support, 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 right? So that's what I'm waiting for. But that's not enough to get me into a trade. I need, first of all, the trend. Second, I need a pullback. Third, I want a support level. And then the last thing I want is a reversal. Well, you said you were trading with the trend. Yes, I'm talking about a reversal within the trend. So how do we do that? Well, we find a reversal pattern. Now, this is a very nice method here. You see that? But look what happened. It broke the trend. So now we have a breakout within the trend. What happens? We got a MACD cross. Okay, MACD cross, breakout, broke the trend line, broke the 50-period moving average. So now we have a reversal pattern. You can see at higher highs. It broke this key level. Look, I'm going to draw a support level here. There's lots of clues. So once you have all the clues, now you have to just manage the trade properly, because that's what really kills everybody. So how do I manage the trade properly? 1-to-1 risk to reward ratio. 127 risk, 126 profit, 1-to-1. I'm not going to mess around with that. Now we're in the trade. It took me a lot of patience. Even if you're day trading, it still takes patience. You can't just trade like a maniac. Let me give you some more clues, just because I think this is plenty, but let me just give you some more. You can see that this MACD is getting a little bit weaker. A low, see how it peaked out low, but then it didn't make it. Boom, didn't make it, it was weakening. Each one was getting weaker, signs of weakness of the downtrend. See how strong this one was, and see how this one got weaker. They just kept, this one was a little stronger, but it kept getting weaker. This one was a little stronger, but then it just kept. Overall, we could draw a trend line here, and you could see each one was getting weaker. See how that's just slowly getting weaker there? Okay, now let me go down to the 1 minute, because that's actually where I took the trade. Took the trade on the 1 minute, and I gave it a lot of room. You can see that we measure these moves. So a couple things that you can see on this 1 minute chart. First of all, we have flat MACD, flat price. The price is actually really flat for several hours. 12:24, and now it's 15, so that's 3 hours. So it's been flat for 3 hours. So it's flattening out. Sometimes before a reversal, you'll get a flat. Okay, it doesn't always happen right away. Then you'll notice that the down moves are getting weaker. Weaker MACD, weaker MACD, weaker MACD. This went from 26 to 11 to 9. Okay, what else do I notice? The greens are getting bigger. This was a 9. This was 11. And now the greens are starting to get bigger than the reds. This green this green was 11, this one was 11, but then this green was 11, this red was 10, right? And then now this red was really small, a drop here, really small. What else do we see happen? Broke above this level, we broke these highs. It popped above this, got rejected, popped above it, popped to it, got rejected, but then it made a third effort. It's tried to break this 1, 2, 3, it finally broke it. So I'm still down in this trade right now. I was up a little bit because I first got in on this right around here. It had a nice spike, but now it's fighting the good fight. We'll see. We're still getting some really good momentum on the 5-minute. It's looking very nice. It's starting to change over. On the 15-minute, it's getting smaller on the MACD. The arrows are pointing up. We're still fighting this level, so it's not a done deal yet. Still fighting this level, right? So that's where it's at. So one other thing I want to talk about. I've taken 2 trades here. I have 2 positions on at 1.87 lots each. My goal is to get my trade hit my target and then lock in profit at 126. And then, since this is a day trend, this is a day trade, but I'm actually looking to make this thing go longer. Okay, I want to make this thing go longer, much, much, much longer. I want to see if we can break up higher. Let's look at a weekly chart. Okay, if we can break, we're trying to break this level, well, where could it go? It could maybe go up to here, which would be 250 pips. If it could go up to here, it'd be 450. So once I hit my target, I'm going to start moving my take profit. So position 1 I'm going to close, but position 2 I'm going to move. And let's just keep moving it higher and higher here. So if I go to the next previous high, that's 52 pips, it's $892. Well, if I drop to a daily chart and I want to go back up to this high, which is definitely possible, that's 260 pips, that's $4,000. If I want to get up to this high, and this takes patience, right? And so this is kind of day trading, it's a hybrid. This trade would be $7,000, right? So why not? Why not use a 7-pip stop and see if you can make $7,000? Why not risk $127 and make $7,000? That's a really good risk to reward ratio, right? How many of these trades could you lose if you hit one of these? And the good thing is, most of them are going to stop out, right? Most of them are. Most of them, I'll pull this back up to my original position. So most of them are going to hit this. If I hit this, I do my trade analysis and I hit this, it's going to hit my target. I move it to break even, it's going to, boom, stop me out. But you know what? It doesn't always do that. Sometimes it actually works. And so let me just show you a trade that I'm in right now that I actually was able to get it to take off. So this is my Bitcoin trade. Just did a Bitcoin. Same analysis here, right? So I did Bitcoin. And what did I expect to happen? Well, downtrend, but I was really waiting for it to pop because I thought that this was going to go. We have some support here, right? Support, 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 support. And then what happened? We started to get a move. It popped up, and then we got what? A pullback, and then a move up. So if we look at this chart, well, if we look at it, I got in on a very low time frame. This Bitcoin moves a little wild, so I didn't get in as low as I did on the yen at 1.87. I got a 0.51, but still, I'm currently up $900. My first take profit was somewhere around 80, and what happened was, you can see the chart. Look at it. I hit in. It immediately hit my first target. I locked it, and then look off. It took off. With Bitcoin, because it swings so wide, I decided to go with a 15-minute chart. A daily analysis 15-minute chart. So I did a pretty tight stop. I'd have to go into my notes to look at it, but you can see I'm up $900 right now. My target on this is 2,000. And so my risk was about the same. So my risk was 100 and some, like low hundreds, 110. And I'm targeting 2,000 on a $110 risk. It was a day trade initially, but now it's a long-term trade. I've got two special announcements for you. The first one is that Tim will be back very soon. We're taking it very serious in preparing this course for you. It's going to be free, comprehensive, and every single thing that a trader will need will be in it. And Tim is going into the details right now. So if you're looking forward to that course, please hit that like button right now to let Tim know how excited you're going to be for it. The second announcement is that the MACD that you see me using in this trading, it's actually a special indicator that we created here at Trading Strategy Guides, and it's totally free. To get it, just click the link in the description and you can go ahead and download it for free from there. So thanks a lot. If you're excited about that MACD, hit that like button, subscribe, and hit that bell. Okay, now I'm going to continue on with the training. Thank you. Go back to this 1 minute. By the way, because I have so many monitors, I'm a little bit ADD and I jump around like a ping pong ball. So for those of you guys that have that problem following me, please forgive me. Okay, so here we go. I'm actually up 4 pips right now. I was going to close the video, but now I don't know, maybe I should just talk a little bit more and see if we can hit this first target. What else can I teach you in this little bit of time? It is going to get some resistance here, and so unfortunately I would hate for it to hit my target and then come right back if I move my second position to break even, because you know how Tim does it. For those of you guys that watch Tim, he does the same thing. Target does go to break even sometimes, and that's okay. Actually, it does it a lot. And so I'm just going to do it because I want to protect my account. I don't actually have the time to sit there and wait for a re-entry either, and that's the other reason. I'm just going to move it in because I'll take my 130 bucks. I've already got a nice Bitcoin trade rolling, which I think could keep rolling. I mean, look at this thing. So I'm happy with that. I've got a couple other trades on too that are working well for me. So if I don't get this, that's okay. I really would love to have this thing just spike, and then I can move my stop loss. And that's a really good thing when that happens. And that's one of the ways that you can build a small account. You don't need a lot of money. You know, I think everybody should save up for an account that has a decent amount of money into it, like probably $1,000 to $5,000 in that range, just because you need to practice good money management skills with your own personal life. And I get it, everybody has a lot of tough circumstances, but you can't blame not having any money. If you do, you have a bad mindset. And I know you don't want to hear about mindset, Tim talks about it, but if you think that you can grow $1 million account and you don't have any money in the bank, you're lying to yourself. You've got to have good financial management. You've got to be keeping track of your expenses. You got to keep keeping a ledger. You need to try to stay out of debt. I mean, there's no reason for those things. You could say, well, I don't make enough money. Well, you know what? Nobody makes enough money unless they're born into it. You just got to use what you got wisely. You have a little bit of something, but how are you using that little bit? Are you using it with wisdom, or are you squandering it? And I'm not making light of your circumstances. I know everybody gets in difficult circumstances. I get in a lot of difficult circumstances. But I try extremely hard at being a good steward of the money that I have been given and taking advantage of it and keeping track of it and spending it wisely. And am I perfect at it? No. I make a lot of mistakes. But it's a process. Just like trading is a process, my own personal money management is a process in my life, and my own personal growth is a process. It's all a process in our lives. We should be growing all the time. It's not just a one-time thing. You continually grow as a person, apply these principles and get better and better over time, and that's how you're going to become a great trader. It's not by learning a magic system. I taught you a really good system today. Unless you take it seriously and apply it, it's not going to work out for you. Okay, so I am closing up shop right now. This trade is working. It's hitting into some resistance. You see that? We got resistance here. So what could happen now? As I'm closing up, I'm going to make a decision. What could happen? Could it just continue this downtrend? Yes, that's a very strong possibility. Could it hit this resistance, come back to this support, and then come back and take out my profit? Yes, it could do that as well. So there's two things that I think that the market could do right now, and obviously up or down, duh. But I'm just going by the current situation that we're in. So we have support, support, and the thing that is keeping me strong here is this daily uptrend. But it could continue to pull back even further. So let's go down to a 1 minute. And do I want to give up any profit that I have? No, I don't. I don't want this to turn into a loser. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull up now early and move my trade to break even. And so you can see the moving average will act as support. We've got moving average, we've got this level, we've got this level. So we've got a lot of strength here. So sometimes you've got to be careful with this, because sometimes when you're trailing your stop, sometimes if you move it to break even, it's going to pop and then go. So you can see we've got good strength on the 1 minute. We've got a nice upward trend. We've got this moving in. So I don't want to make a decision too soon. But I am going to tighten it. I said I was going to move to break even. I'm not going to do that because I don't want to get too close. I'm going to give it some room. This moving average could act as support. You can see that it did once, did twice, and we got one more chance here at it. So I'm hoping that we're going to get into this range. It's going to stall out and we're going to get a final burst up. If it does that and it takes this out, that'll be really good. And then I'm going to move my last position to break even, set my final target. I'm actually going to be a little wild and go for the 7,400 price point, 7,400. That's a really good number. 7,400, I love making that much on a trade. But the other thing you got to remember is my MACD's got 1, 2, 3 mountains. Sometimes it'll go back to a red here before it makes its final move up. And for those of you that are day traders or that want to learn day trading, it takes a lot of patience. It's 9 a.m. Eastern time, so the market's just opening. So the whole day is just getting started. So if it comes back down and takes me out, I'll be looking for it to come back down, and then I wait for another pattern to develop and just do the whole process all over again. Okay, well I'm gonna pause this. Hi guys, I'm back. And you remember I was right here, and this is the 1 minute candle when I paused it, so it's been about 5 minutes, popped right back up, so I'm good. I actually moved my stop loss to break even. Well, not really, 0.4 to cover the spread. But what I'm going to do now is just a money management technique. Is since I've already locked one position at break even, I don't want to give up my profits. So I'm going to lock in $50 here. And because I'm only, I still want to give it some room, but I'm only about a pip away from the target here. And the reason I do that is because since I've already locked in for break even, might as well get as much out of it as I possibly can. It's stalling a little bit. We're at the top of our MACD. We're here at the top of this MACD. This MACD is actually starting to turn, which is a good sign, but we're also at resistance, okay? And right here, if we go to the 5 minute, the 5 minute is running into some resistance. It's peaking here on this MACD, so might as well lock it in and see if I can get it to push right into the target. Sometimes it will, sometimes I won't. But either way now, I'm totally risk-free. And so there's three things that can happen right now. Number one is I can pop up and hit my take profit, and the trade can launch forward, and I can make $7,000. That's one thing that can happen. Another thing that can happen is it can go back and take me out, and I make $60, 56 on one trade and 4 on the other. Or the third thing is it could take this one out, hit 60, and then continue to move up, and I hit 7,000 on the next one, or 1,000, 500, wherever I trail the stop to, because as you know, I'm going to obviously trail. So the odds of it going to 7,000 are not that great, but at least I'm giving it an opportunity to do so. The one thing that can't happen right now is for me to lose money. So I can't lose money. That's not possible, because I've already locked in the position of the trade. And that is a great place to be. It makes you feel good, makes you not be worried. I don't have to be all upset now about losing $500 or $7,000 or blowing my account, because the trade's already locked in. And so I like to get into a position where I have profits locked in as soon as possible so that I can just chill. And I'm done trading for the day now, so I'm done. I'm totally done, and it looks like my target's going to be taken out. I'm going to tighten this thing up. It doesn't matter. So now it's done. So I just made the 130 on the profit on the trade. That was really good. I've got my stop loss at $5. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and I'm going to set a nice big take profit just to keep me fresh, just to remind me of what I'm trying to accomplish. Right? Doesn't mean that it's going to get there, but it means that I want to have a target. I want it to dream big and to go for it. So I'm going to pop this bad boy right up here at 7,400. And if I do happen to make that, I'll give you guys a shout out. And that's about 445 pips away, or 434.7. All right, well that's it. Hopefully this was good. Hopefully you got something out of it. Watch it again. I can jump around a little bit and talk fast. I'm not as good as Tim. He's the ultimate teacher. But anyhow, I fill in for him, so hopefully you guys enjoyed this. Have a great weekend. And remember, we're here for you. Ask us questions. Watch these videos. We really want to make you guys great traders. That's our mission. That's our vision. That's our purpose. That's why we're here every day. That's why Tim does these videos every day. That's why I help Tim do this. We are doing it for you. So hit that like button. Hit the notification. A lot of good trainings coming up. You guys are going to be the beneficiaries of it. Share the video with friends. Share this channel with friends. We want as many people to get this good information as possible. All right. Thanks.